Okay, this may end up being kind of awkward because I'm recording like 4 episodes this week, I guess. But whatever the case, I did go through and do some stuff. Basically, this game's save data, so to speak, is basically stored in what's kind of its options file, its preferences file, which is just a text file. I had seen it before, which is why I figured I could probably modify the save data to, you know, unlock stuff. So you'll be able to see which things I have and how I completed legitimately by looking at whether I have the best time on something. But I did actually unlock all the stages, because basically you can say, hey, I set the number of locked stages in each of these difficulties to this or that or that. So here's what I think I'll do. I realized there are actually a lot more advanced stages than I realized. So what I think I'll try is I'll no longer require myself to actually complete all the stages. I will give them an honest try. But the point is, I want to at least see them. So I'll give each stage a shot, probably at least a couple of tries.
Set, go!
They may or may not look any different. I'd also modify a couple options that sound like they had to do with how stuff looked. Wondering if it might improve performance at all. I'm not sure if it is or not. Yeah. I don't know if this one said I had a qualifying time or not.
Set,
I didn't look close enough at the description for this one. I should have. I saw that it had one. I thought I saw it had a qualifying time, and then somehow I just did not really register it in my head. Yeah. Just jump over everything. Not like that. Man, the amount of spin you keep when you
ready,
bounce in this game is ridiculous.
go!
But yeah, so in terms of how far I've been able to get in this game, well, with the lag at least, I managed to get as far as stepping stones, which doesn't feel like a lot. Without lag, how far would I have gotten? I don't know. Oh, I see. There's the fan blowing around there as well.
Ready, set,
For instance, could I complete this stage? I have not seen anything so far in this stage that makes me think I couldn't. But again, I'm not so... I don't feel particularly bad about the stages where you have to get a particular qualifying time just by virtue of not looking for that kind of gameplay to start with. I just don't enjoy trying to go for good times in a game like this.
ready,
I prefer it being difficult to get through something to begin with,
go!
but I also prefer generous checkpoints. How do I keep doing this? Again, I keep saying I basically am looking for Kodorimpa, which is unfair to the games I'm playing, because that's not what they're trying to be, so I'm not going to fault them for that. But as I play more and more marble games, I realize more and more, oh wow, Kodorimpa actually, like... Well, I don't know to what degree it shaped my preferences, and to what degree it happened to match them really, really well. But one or the other, basically. Yeah. Feared that thing would
Ready,
turn faster than it did.
set, go!
Hence me jumping again. I've got options here. It's not trying to fly over into the mud, but okay.
Ready,
So I'll probably give myself a good few minutes at least to try each stage.
go!
Maybe 5, maybe even 10, I don't know. So this will probably still be going on for a while, this playthrough, because now I know I can actually see all the stages. Yeah, I can just drop straight down there.
Ready,
Well, if I feel like I can complete a stage, I'll definitely make a serious effort to do so, because that would be a lot more fun than just looking at each stage and not even giving it a shot. Of course, I'd also prefer to actually see, like, the entirety of each stage, which I can't really do if I don't get through the stage.
ready, set,
I do still look forward to casting off all the lag and non-analog controls in this game's successor. But we'll get to that when we get to it. If I happen to, most likely, most of the time, if I get to a particular, if I manage to get through a stage but without a qualifying time, I'll probably just not bother trying to get a qualifying time.
Super jump. Super jump.
Oh, that was actually qualifying. Oh, cool. Passed that by a pretty decent margin. What was the description for that one? Okay, very uninspired name and description for that one. Okay. Take the platforms around.
Set. Go.
I see, so you have to... So it feels like the first challenge is just managing to get to the outside ring.
Ready. Set. Go.
I feel like once you get to the outer ring, it shouldn't be too bad. Oh, but the thing is you can't... I see. Because there are walls. You can either jump over the walls, presumably, or you can move between platforms. Of course, getting on the platforms is hard. I don't know how much I want to...
Ready.
How much time I'll spend trying to do this one. I've seen the whole stage already. Of course, I still don't want to just, like... see a stage and, like, immediately not...
Set.
immediately disregard it.
Go.
So I have to admit, at the same time, I don't really look forward to making a serious effort at this one. This one doesn't look fun at all to me.
Go.
This one just looks tedious. Yeah, hops like that are probably not practical, but I also don't want to try to move between moving platforms like this. I'll try to not do this with many stages, but if you'll excuse me, I don't think it's gonna be very fruitful trying to play this one. A maze is something I can live with. Hopefully not that one playground stage that took like 10 minutes to find everything. 15 actually, but still. This will at least
Ready.
probably make it possible for you
Go.
to control the length of these episodes much better. Not being obligated to... Oh. I realized I forgot that was a thing that could happen here. Goodbye.
Ready. Set. Go.
Okay. That's the Escher-esque part, I guess. Yeah. There's a lot of ground to cover here. It should not be difficult to not fall off here. Like, we have really broad platforms and whatnot. I'm one thing I'm hoping for in Marble It Up is getting to see if my difficulty in controlling this marble at all is my own fault or not. Because the amazing difficulty I've had doing basically anything in this game. Feels easy to blame on frame rate. But even so, feels a bit ridiculous that I have the difficulty that I do judging basically anything I can do in the game. No gems found yet though, jeez. Very big stage, very little collectible anywhere. I don't really have much excuse for not collecting everything in this stage, since it's not usually difficult to not die.
Ready. Set.
Let's explore this other part over here.
Go.
There's no difficulty component that I need to use to justify not completing this if I don't. You can get up this slope a lot faster, clearly, by going diagonally, but I have no reason to try to maximize my speed on here. Man, I've not found any gems yet, or the exit. Haven't I already been here? I feel like I have. Oh, come on. I have to do that. I have to either know which way the platform extends out to, or I need to
Set. Go.
somehow manage to completely stop my movement. I was somewhere different, wasn't I? Was I? Hold on. Yeah, see, I thought I was over here. Maybe this is the way I want to be moving. Not really, but it works. I really don't like how blind that is, though, right there. Okay. Where is everything? How have I not found any gems yet? Unless you have to jump off in weird places or something to actually find the gems instead of finding them by just... There we go. My god. Instead of just moving along the marked path. That was pretty crazy. It's hard to keep track of where I have and haven't been, though. I feel like I've been over here. There we go. I feel really surprised I can actually climb those slopes. They seem really steep, considering the... And they're 45 degrees. The marble isn't usually able to climb stuff that easily. Is the... Oh. Do you somehow get more traction on these or something than most surfaces? Not really sure what's going on there. I may eventually cut this level short if I reach the time limit of the episode, which is about 15 minutes. I've already spent way longer than I ever should playing one game for a given week. Recording this game this week, so I'm firmly in overtime, so do excuse me if I'm a little eager to cut the recording short. I do like things that are a little bit lower pressure now, at least, now that I don't have to worry about actually completing everything. I can just enjoy my running around seeing everything. Of course, it's not like I am allergic to a challenge. I do want to be challenged in a game like this. But if it's a challenge I don't enjoy and or... Oh boy. Weird little yellow bit sticking out here. Still don't know where the exit is. It's a challenge I don't enjoy and or I just can't complete it. Merely getting to see everything is at least some level of replacement for that. I've already been here, haven't I? In fact, wasn't this where I picked up the first gem? At least it feels similar to it. Man. Yeah. I thought Playground was hard to find my way around. This place is crazy. Yeah, so sorry to disappoint any who wanted to see more of me actually completing this game. But I'll at least get to see the game and appreciate what I could have potentially gotten to try. And I will be trying everything still. It's just I'll allow myself to not complete it. And not lose like an hour over every level that I find difficult. I do wonder if there's some places you just have to like jump off to or something like that to actually complete this stage. I would not put that past this game at this point, considering how far we are into it. Oh, goodbye. Alright, that's a good enough place to stop then.
Ready.
It'll be hard to remember which stage I'm on each time I pick the game back up. I will say that. But okay, so this game has new life, and by that I mean me having unlocked everything. That is something that's really fun about PC games. I frequently find a way to poke my head in and do silly stuff to them. It's just stuff like this. Okay, so next time we'll look at Tube Treasure, I guess. Finish all the gems, find all the gems to finish the level. Thank you for your wisdom. Description. Some of these are a little uninspired in terms of description and even title, but I still like the stages. Alright, next time we'll have a new lease on life. That is, you know, not actually having to complete the challenges of this game to see everything. Everyone. But we will see everything.